She told him he was her soulmate. A week later, he was blocked on every platform. Power isn't always a shout. Sometimes it's a whisper, a strategic tear, a calculated silence. A door closed without explanation, leaving you to wonder why. It's the carefully crafted image, the curated vulnerability, the ability to command attention without uttering a word. Nietzsche saw this. He called it the feminine will to power. Time, love, and loyalty. What else really matters? She just up and left. No explanation, no goodbye, totally out of the blue. Nietzsche totally warned us about all this wild stuff happening around us, but honestly, we just didn't pay attention, you know? It's like we totally ignored the signs. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Today, we're diving into the harsh truth about what's really going on out there. We wade into the storm of his ideas. Brace yourselves. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not just about women, you know? It's all those wild illusions we, as guys and society, create around them. It is about things that we have been told to accept. It is about the life that we are living in. It is about all of us. Friedrich Nietzsche, a wild philosopher and poet whose name conjures images of madness, genius, and controversy. One of the most misunderstood minds in history, he didn't just question God. He questioned women, love, and the lies society tells men, and the lies women tell themselves. He dove into some deep stuff about God being dead and how nihilism has taken over everything. Then he shared his thoughts on women's psychology in a way that, honestly, I think the modern world just isn't ready for yet. You know? He was single, and honestly, it felt like nobody truly cared or loved him at all. He dared to look behind the curtain of pleasantries, to dissect the power dynamics simmering beneath the surface of human relationships. But was he a genius uncovering ugly truths, or a broken man projecting his own pain? He totally got his heart shattered when Lou Salome, the only woman he ever loved, turned him down. What if rejection actually opened the door to something amazing and eye-opening? Here's what Nietzsche wrote about women. When going to women, don't forget the whip. Woman was God's second mistake. The perfect woman is a higher type of human being than the perfect man. It's not just a little risky, it's something way more dangerous, you know? These words aren't lyrics from a rage rap or a meme from the dark corners of the internet. They were written by a philosopher whose books ignited revolutions in thought. A man whose ideas reverberate through psychology, literature, and even our understanding of ourselves. These are words from a guy who really changed the way we think today. And yet, his views on women remain too inconvenient for polite conversation. Too dangerous for classrooms, perhaps. Too raw for a world obsessed with sanitized narratives. Were they being cruel, or were they just being brutally honest with us? Today, guys are being told it's okay to be vulnerable and show their feelings. It's tough, right? Getting punished just for showing a little weakness. You know, they're always told to be kind and spread good vibes, right? Kindness can sometimes feel like a total snooze, you know? It's like folks just don't see its magic. Nietzsche thought women weren't evil at all. He just felt their power was totally misunderstood. He viewed them as the true champs of subtle influence and quiet power. Not through violence, but by spreading love and understanding, we can truly make a difference. It's all about that irresistible charm, right? You know, that power of seduction. Feeling things deeply is what makes us human, right? Emotions connect us all. Sometimes the loudest messages come through silence, don't you think? At the heart of Nietzsche's philosophy lies the will to power. A relentless drive, he believed, that fuels every human action. Not just a lust for physical dominance, but a fundamental desire to expand one's influence, to impose one's own interpretation of the world. For Nietzsche, traditional morality was a tool used by the weak to control the strong. and he saw the sexes as fundamentally different in how they express this will. Everything in life is chasing after one thing: power, right? It's what drives us all. Not happiness, not love, power. It's the spark that drives us, fuels our dreams, and makes things happen. He really thought that women had their own special take on it, you know? Men, he argued, often pursue power directly, through aggression, ambition, and the conquest of external challenges. Women, in his view, operate more indirectly. They wield power through emotions, seduction, and social manipulation. They understand the subtle art of influence, the strategic use of vulnerability. Women totally rock their power by using influence, keeping secrets, and embracing mystery. In his eyes, women weren't weak, they were strategic. They recognized that true power often lies not in brute force, but in the ability to shape the desires and actions of others. That's why he said everything about woman is a riddle. He didn't see women as individuals with unique needs and desires, but as archetypes, symbols, embodiments of primal forces locked in a perpetual dance with the masculine. This is where the real controversy begins. Take a moment and just look around. Seriously, what do you see? The strongest guys are always after the prettiest girls, right? It's just how it goes. But the most powerful women don't chase after anything. They attract what they want. It's all about what they decide, right? Everyone's got their own vibe. Fast forward to today. The dating apps are battlefields. Social media is a carefully constructed performance. The language of power has evolved, but the game remains the same. Did you know that on dating apps, women are only swiping right on the top 10% of guys? Wild, right? What would Nietzsche say about today's dating world? About the hypergamy, the ghosting, the carefully cultivated image? Is it female empowerment, women seizing control of their own destinies? Or is it simply a more sophisticated form of psychological warfare, a subtle manipulation of desires and insecurities? She doesn't want love, she wants the best deal. Is it really cruelty, or just a misunderstanding of what we call compassion or strategy? Did Nietzsche feel bitter because he never found love with a woman? Did he actually notice what we all try to pretend isn't there? Maybe his whip wasn't about hurting women at all, you know? Just saying. Nietzsche's ideas about women are undeniably provocative and easily misconstrued. For some, they are a glimpse into a harsh reality, a recognition of the primal forces that shape human interaction. For others, they are nothing more than the bitter rantings of a misogynist, projecting his own insecurities onto an entire gender. It's really about keeping guys safe from their own unrealistic dreams, you know? He who loves most is the weakest. Nietzsche wasn't really scared of women, but more of their power and influence. It's wild how much control they had over guys who just couldn't see the truth. The harsh truth about women is that they often face challenges that go unseen. It's really not about their cruelty at all, you know? It's deeper than that. It's all about our wildest dreams and the amazing adventures we can create. The fantasy that love is pure. Love is often seen as this beautiful, pure thing, right? But is it really? That desire is totally unconditional, no strings attached, just pure and real, you know? That pain only comes from lies, not from truths we ignore. Nietzsche didn't actually hate women. Despite what some people say, it's complicated. He feared how much power they have. He was really worried about just how much power they actually have, you know? In a world where men don't understand themselves. So, tell me, what's been on your mind lately? I'm all ears. Was Nietzsche totally off base? Or did he actually have some solid points? Or was he just way too honest for his time? And maybe even for ours? Leave your thoughts in the comments. All right, folks, it's time to kick things off and let the war begin. Subscribe for more psychology, power, and raw truth. What do you think? Did Nietzsche totally see modern dating coming? Drop a comment. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.